brought to you by GameFound. Create a free pledge manager for your project.
That was really close. That was really close. Oh yeah, you're there. We're there. It's been a day of much. Are you okay?
That's really
I'm feeling
close
like I'm in the
on me,
multiverse
too.
of madness right now. I'm a little slightly not. I don't trust that camera over my left shoulder, Tom. I don't like people looking at me from behind.
There's no one looking.
Oh, it's looking at me, Tom. I'm fine.
Anyway, folks, welcome to Crowd Surfing. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
I'm Z Garcia. Hi.
I think I'm Mike Delisio. Yeah.
In that
Can
camera.
we do that
Mike.
again?
There
Oh,
you
that's
go.
Guys, it's not that hard.
I'm Mike
didn't notice
Delisio. This has a lot of potential, Tom.
I
like the way
didn't
this is
realize
happening.
this would throw everybody off so much.
Yeah.
I know,
Well, you
bunch of
changed
noobs.
my seat. You changed the
Bunch of
camera
That was
noobs.
on
angle.
Z.
You told me to sit here,
It was for a test.
and then you never told me to move, did you? I'm a listener.
All right. Today we're talking about crowd surfing projects on Kickstarter and GameFound that end at some point in the future, and they're just ones that we thought were interesting to talk about. If we didn't talk about the project that you thought we should talk about, it's probably happening next week or never.
Never.
We have a contest.
We do.
We do.
Yes.
We do have a contest.
Yep.
Do we need to stretch a little bit, Roy, for this contest?
Want me to talk about the camera angle more?
Actually, do we have a segment
thoughts.
from Mark?
Yes.
Let's go to Mark, and then we'll come back with our contest.
Street?
This spotlight is brought to you by Evil Genius Productions. Time to roll for initiative. 20 years ago, D20 Modern took the world by storm. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if the rules were updated to the sleeker, faster-paced 5th edition, or what the original designers would have done differently in hindsight? Everyday Heroes does just that, with new chase rules, a new wealth system, modern weapons, vehicles, and much, much more. Some of the best game designers in the field today have made Everyday Heroes a perfectly honed system that can deal with everything from spy thrillers to heists to war epics to all guns blazing out and out action. 18 classes, along with a plethora of backgrounds and professions, allow you to create any kind of modern action hero, from a gun-toting marksman to a fist-swirling brute, or a detailed-obsessed mastermind. Everyday Heroes lets you recreate the kind of action you see on the big screen. But with this 2023 Season Pass of Adventure, it does that and so much more. There are 8 cinematic adventures that take you into these worlds, created by some of the best action films of all time. Quell rebellions and fight insurgents with Rambo. Befriend Kong and hunt terrible monsters on Skull Island. Fire up your Jaeger and fight kaiju in Pacific Rim. Live throughout time and try to keep your head in Highlander. Be reborn as an ultimate fighting machine in Universal Soldier. Rule the prison in Escape from New York. Punish evildoers in The Crow. Join the Resistance and liberate Mars in Total Recall. Buy one or purchase them all with the discounted Season Pass of Adventure. So, what are you waiting for? Get into the action today. For more information, please go check out the campaign, which is now live on Kickstarter.
Okay, so quick question. Which of those characters would you be of the heroes in those shows?
There's only one correct answer.
Pacific Rim.
Oh, you have to work with somebody. You can't do it by yourself.
It's okay. We have a Neuralink.
Okay.
Snake Plissken.
No way. Rambo.
Call me
Snake
Snake.
Plissken.
Rambo. All right. Anyhow, you can win. You can win it. We got two prizes, and this is for the Kickstarter. By the way, the Kickstarter is online right now. It went up yesterday from Evil Genius Productions, and this is for the Evil Shark with friggin' laser beams. No, listen, this is a big thing because this prize is valued at $550. It's not a small prize here, folks.
Oh, okay.
And this is a worldwide contest.
And it's
All you
worldwide.
have to do is email us at contest@dicetower.com, put the word every day, and answer the question, by what 20-year-old game was this inspired? Which is interesting because on Board Game Breakfast, we're going over 20-year-old games. Is it Wallenstein? It's probably not.
You don't think it's Wallenstein?
Guess not. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. We were talking about which of those movies was the best and the worst, and we've learned that Z has no taste.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to put up Universal Soldier as the best one.
No, I didn't say that.
You said it.
I said it wasn't the worst.
You said Universal Soldier was a cinematic masterpiece.
Masterpiece. I think was the
That should have
word,
won an Oscar, is what I heard.
I should have
For
taken at least an
Jean-Claude
Oscar
Van Damme's
for
acting.
The Muscles from Brussels.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Come on, it's a great film. That's one of his best movies.
And that's saying a whole lot.
He's frozen. He dances a little.
I wonder, does he do the splits in the movie, Z?
Anyway,
It's one of his films, so yes.
So as a heads up, this is a role-playing game for the modern world. It's a very simple D20 type system. And actually, most of these systems don't take our world into account. They're usually fantasy, space, or whatever. So in this game, you
I
can
will
be.
remind you not to mention what it's based on.
I'm being really careful not to do that. It's
good.
based on something here.
Good.
20 years old.
Anyway, there's 100+ page books, and for each movie.
Okay.
So you can play in that
Whoa.
movie.
It's an impressive
Hey.
lineup of IPs,
It's
though.
longer
honestly.
than the script for Universal Soldier.
I would Universal Soldier. No, I wouldn't want to be in that. I'm trying to think which of these worlds would I want to be in, because some of them are
They're all
pretty
terrible.
Yeah.
pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was it, Rambo?
Well, technically, we live in the world of Rambo,
Yeah,
right?
guess
well, we
so,
live in the
yeah.
world of Escape from New York. It's just that Manhattan has become a giant prison island. So,
Ooh.
I'm okay. I'm in
Right?
Florida.
I feel like I'm interested in these movies.
You'd like at
Maybe
least
I'll have to
3 or 4 of those, especially
out-
Universal Soldier.
it's a masterpiece,
I
according
like
to
Universal
Z.
Soldier, but
Come on
All right.
now.
okay. So let's take a look at some projects here, folks.
Oh,
All right, so we're starting here with Battle Crest. Battle Crest is a tactical skirmish game in just 18 cards. So bringing back the micro game.
well, this is a button shot.
shy.
Oh, it is button shy, 'cause I saw that packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
What's
we had
inter-
that packaging that wasn't the other week, so I was
That's
confused.
true.
I was confused.
This, to me, feels unique to the other button shy games. At least, can you think of another game in their line that plays anything like this?
So many I haven't played, but I agree it feels outside the box for them. Either.
Yeah.
I will say almost immediately, though, looking at this, I thought to myself, ooh, I feel like I'm really going to feel the pressure of just 18 cards in this one.
Okay.
You know, whereas other games you play, you have the 18 cards,
Sure.
and they are like double-sided, and they really have explored a tremendous amount in just 18 cards in these games. This one feels immediately like, boy, I wish you had a little more wiggle room.
Okay.
You know, because you have a character represented by 6 cards, 2 characters, and then the board layout is another 6. That's 18.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, here through the Kickstarter, you can get more characters. You have a single-player thing you can get.
This
Basically,
almost
extra,
feels like a cheat, but
yeah, extra
Right, yeah.
wallets with extra stuff. So I don't love that. I do like when they feel complete. And they can do that.
Yeah.
They've done it
You
many
have to
times.
go
The
above
main
that
game.
base.
I'm sorry.
No, so you just have to go above that base in order to get the modularity you want or the solo you want. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I do think they
Yeah.
added the solo to the base. So I think if you get just the base, you can play 1 or 2.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, that's
I
not
may
the
be
impression
wrong.
I got. I thought it
maybe
was still
maybe I might be confusing with another
separate,
project
yeah.
though. I might be confusing it.
so how much do buttons attract you?
0%.
This is what the-
I think that's for a percentage here.
0%.
I did say how much.
I'm not a button person. I don't.
More like a,
What do you do
with
with
the
them?
pin and the?
A lot of people like to stick them on like their lanyards or
But
their
why?
backpack.
They serve no
Backpack or
purpose.
they serve some purpose. They show like
Yeah,
a cool
people looking at your
picture.
lanyard. Don't look at my lanyard.
That's right.
Get your eyes off my lanyard.
Right.
You should get a button that says that. Get your eyes
Get your
off
eyes
my lanyard.
Off my lanyard.
My lanyard is up here.
Yes, I need that shirt. Tom, make it happen.
Let's move on to the next project. Resist
Does this make my
stupidity.
lanyard look fat? No. I feel like we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a solitary game about the Spanish Maquis and their fight against Franco.
I had somebody, I don't remember where, like specifically tell me, hey Mike, you should check this out because it's a solo-only game and the design pedigree is ridiculous.
Well, Trevor
look-
Benjamin, I like his stuff.
Yeah, and Sniper Elite, Roger Tankersley, and then you've got David Thompson. I mean, some fantastic games.
These
from
guys have worked together before anyway. David Thompson and
Yeah.
Trevor have worked together
Right.
on several games,
Right.
including Undaunted.
Right. And so a relatively small card game with this pedigree solo game, I am interested.
Such a cool theme.
Yeah,
And such
yeah.
a cool look.
Right.
I love this artwork. I think this
Yes.
is just the illustrations make me think of the Grizzled.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, it's that sort of very time-appropriate art style. Mm-hmm. It feels like I'm looking at drawings from this time period.
Yes.
I really like that. The penny books kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know,
the
it's got
pulp.
that look pulpy sort
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Kind of
magazines.
minimalistic in its colors choices as well as the sketchiness. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
really
agree.
like
That's a
this
great
one.
cover, too.
Isn't that great?
It is really good.
I'm super interested in checking this one out too.
Yeah.
So choose hidden or revealed.
Yeah, and then it's a kind of a neat idea. You can play it either as hidden or revealed, but if you play it as revealed, it goes away because it's more powerful, but they've seen you, and so you can't. If you play it as hidden, it's a less powerful action, but you get the card back.
Right.
It's a neat little,
Yeah.
Is this solo only?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's the impression I got.
I don't know that I would buy a playmat for a solo only game. Maybe. That's a great playmat,
Really?
though.
Yeah,
I
it
totally
depends on
bought
the
it for
game.
Final Girl.
If it's
Big house.
some playmats are just so helpful.
Right.
If it's gonna have a
Like
lot of
Radlands or something like
yeah,
that.
Right, that's
if
what I
there's
was-
gonna be
yeah,
a
that
lot
one
of
too.
sort of grid or imaginary grid action, I'd rather get the playmat.
Yeah, just keeps that organization.
But this one's doing. This is not that expensive because there's 2,000 backers.
Right.
That's a lot of backers.
For solo only game,
30
also,
minutes.
this
I
is
think
great.
They know what they
Yeah.
are. Yeah, they're being
20
true to that.
euros. I mean, this is a pretty compelling package here.
All right. Next, we have Age of Steam Deluxe expansions volumes 1, 2, and 3. We're not going to give you one expansion. We're going to give you 3 at one time. So,
How many maps do you get?
13.
13.
New maps.
New expansion maps, yeah. And really, it looks like this one is focusing on player counts. You know what I mean? So if depending on the player count you're playing at, these maps are going to kind of work. And they even tell you kind of like what they're, what
This
they're
one
designed
I'm
for.
curious about because this game came out, the Age of Steam, the deluxe version, which is the weirdest deluxe version I've ever seen, in that it has really nice deluxe pieces, and they still managed to make the board retain its boring look. and you can see it here.
Yeah,
and I
but
know people say, but
Is there
it's
a
functional.
That's what I was going to say. Is there a functionality element
Sure,
to
you
it?
can still make things look pretty and functional. It's possible.
Pick one or the other. Functional or pretty. Can't have both.
I'm also curious because I know there's huge fans of Age of Steam who will play every map in existence. You know, there's hundreds of maps.
Yes.
There's one that's on the surface of the sun.
In their human body map.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Funny, yes, that was-
So these are new. I'm just curious if the 2,000 people here who are buying this are planning to play all these maps, or if this is a FOMO, got to get this collection of maps
I'm sure they'll
thing.
play some of these maps. I don't think anybody's necessarily planning to play them all. And I'm sure, I mean, I can hear you start typing already. It's fine. You can play them all. You should
Yeah.
play them all. In fact, you should invite me to play all these with you, just so I have the luxury, nay, the pleasure of denying that request.
Disco Inferno, baby. You don't want to play the Disco Inferno map?
If there's no burning on that map,
It's
then
right there. I'm pretty sure it's
Is
this. I'm pretty sure it's this orange
yeah.
one here in the background.
Burn, baby, burn.
Yes.
This is one of my least favorite games of all time.
Really? Do you like
played it.
Railways of the World?
I don't think I played Railways,
Okay.
but I played Age of Steam. I was not a fan.
I like
Not a
Railways of the
fan.
World a lot. I think I've only played Age of Steam once, and it was before I played Railways of the World. So I don't remember if I liked it. I did like Railways.
I'm sure this is going to be a really nice production, and this is probably a better way of keeping the maps than the previous way,
100%, yeah.
which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just a pile of maps all over the
Right,
place.
right.
And a good way to get these maps to the people that want them.
Sure.
To want the Age of Steam maps. So.
Because you don't have to buy all of them, right? You can buy. There's bundles. You can pick and choose from the bundles. Is that correct?
Let's see here. An observer. That's a new thing here.
Yeah. So Volume 2 is those set of maps. So yeah, you can buy them. You don't have to buy all 11 of them. It looks like, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. in
Why is
that.
Volume 2 the first one? Where's Volume 1? Did I miss that?
There is no Volume 1. I think it's just two. Is this Volumes 2, 3, and 4, or?
2, 3, and 1. Oh, there's
there
out of
it is.
order. Wait, is one more expensive than the others?
Yeah, it was earlier.
No, look. The 2 and 3 are both 48.
Uh-huh.
1 is 64.
Yes,
Right.
because that has what? That Pittsburgh
the
in there.
bigger maps, Tom.
Then you can buy just the base game.
Uh-huh.
and everything new.
Uh-huh.
Why are we still looking at this?
Because it's a little interesting here.
Jeez.
All in 245.
You should have asked me to play this
245.
with you, Tom.
Z's birth. Z. Will you play this with me?
Nay, the pleasure of denying you.
All right. Speaking of Z, broken and beautiful.
Yep. Yep.
This is a theme that is interesting because I had no idea this existed.
Oh, really?
I had never heard of using, what is it, gold to
They use-
repair broken
right.
pottery?
Yeah, it's an old
it's
ancient
a
technique.
neat idea.
It's
I've
really
never
cool.
heard of this.
It's really, really cool. There's some really
you had a
gorgeous-
background with this before? Like you've seen this stuff around? Or okay.
Yeah. It's an ancient technique that they use. The pottery breaks, and in order to make it beautiful again, like broken things can be made beautiful by and they have this very unique. They're put together back with gold, and it's a very unique pattern as well as it increases the value.
Okay.
And so.
Wow.
Yeah,
So it
it's-
actually it's worth more broken.
It's got gold
No,
in it,
fixed.
man.
Because it has gold
right.
in it.
But it's broken and fixed, so it's worth more.
Because it's.
Yeah.
I know you're
fixed.
trying to make some sort of point here.
I'm just thinking, I've got all kinds of ideas, Tom. Let's not don't get too attached to any breakable items out there in the studio. is all.
Say, this is like,
What's going on?
it's
Why
like
would you
you can do this
say
with
stuff?
anything. You know what I
I'm
mean?
just saying, this is an income stream, Tom. I'm going to find a new way to make some money for
Let
the
me
Dice
ask you guys
Tower.
this. I mentioned this. I remember this quote because we talked about this earlier. The quote here, it says, card drafting and set collection that's more gorgeous than Sushi Go and also more strategic. Do you think that's would you do that if you had a game, like say, our game, it's better than our opponents? It's like Coke saying
right.
better than Pepsi.
Also, I don't
Right.
know that you'd pick. I mean, Sushi Go is many things, and I like it a lot. I don't know that I would put strategic up the highest of
Right.
the adjectives for
Who cares, though? It's very well known.
It is, yeah.
You just have to pick a game that people know.
That's true.
Yeah, but is that,
Sushi Go
do you
has
feel like that's
been
kosher?
sold like at Kohl's.
I
It's
think
everywhere.
That's like us saying, we're like Quackalope, but more interesting. That's an example. That's an example. I'm kidding, Quackalope.
I don't know. Quack. I don't know if. I don't know if it's like. I don't think it's that out of the ordinary, honestly.
Was that their own saying, though? They said that
No,
themselves?
someone else did it, but they
Yeah.
quoted it and put it on their thing.
Sure. So at that point, then it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
their
We haven't
choice.
talked about the game much. I think it's an interesting theme. I don't know if I love the look of it, but it's going to be. Yeah, that's just a.
Yeah.
kind of weird. I don't love the look either. I think it's funny that the whole thing is predicated upon basically being broken but beautiful, and
Yeah.
it's really leaning hard into the gorgeous aesthetic of it.
Right.
It's just and yet I don't really like the look of this game very much.
I think I wish they'd gone with a more traditional style of artwork,
Yeah.
with the Japanese style here, that kind of stuff. I wish they'd gone more with the artwork of that, because I agree that there is a disconnect. It just doesn't quite represent it. But I really like this mechanism here, again, the multi-use cards,
Yeah.
where you're going to get that, and it's worth something right now. It's worth that gold right now. So do you take that piece of pottery and sell it and get the gold, so then you can use that gold in order to fix a broken piece of pottery that you have, And so you are trying to balance that of what are you going to sell versus what are you going to take and break and fix, So I thought that was kind of interesting mechanically, but
Yeah.
the artwork I think falls flat a little bit on this one.
I would definitely play. This is a game
Absolutely.
I would 100%
Absolutely.
play. I don't
Yes.
love the cover. I do wish they did something different.
Oh,
with the
see, I
cover.
do like the cover.
Really?
I think
Okay.
the cover is very stylistic again to the theme.
Yeah.
I just don't think it comes through on the cards.
I don't like the cover. I don't like the look. I like the theme, though.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too.
I do
really
think
like
they
the
did a
theme.
nice job finding a theme that fits well with what they were going
Right.
with here. This idea of, like you said, giving it up, taking a fewer, smaller reward now, or giving that up and getting a better reward in something later. I think the whole fixing broken pottery thing's a nice touch.
Really cool.
Well done.
I
Yeah,
also think it's a great name.
broken
Yeah.
and beautiful.
Yeah.
Because we make fun of a lot of names.
Yeah.
This is a
Right.
good name.
It's got the alliteration. It's good. I like it.
You will not confuse that title with anything else.
No.
What about Dumpster Fire Party?
Well, I'm not going
It's,
to confuse the
descriptive,
title with anything else
dumpster
either,
fire.
but I will not think about this much longer.
So they're basically here. They're trying to sell you this little toy,
That's all it is.
and everything else is extra.
magnetic, though.
Oh, is it?
It's
Yeah,
magnetic.
Oh.
You've got a little token that represents you. It might be poop, it might be pizza, and you stick it onto the
Depends,
fire.
first
The
one,
magnetic
then the
fire.
other for me.
Right.
I mean, it comes across as a get-to-know-you game, but
No.
you're assuming that you want to share these stories
Right.
with people that you're trying to get to know. No, again,
Yeah. No.
don't look at my lanyard. don't ask me personal questions.
Yeah.
The only reason I would back this is so I get that little briefpiece to stick in some game as a start player marker.
That would be great.
which one?
The underwear. He
the
called them
briefs.
Briefs.
1950
Briefs.
called. They want their
Wow.
phrase back. But yeah,
Briefs.
the tiny
People still
whities.
say boxers and briefs is still a question, Mike, and no one goes, "What does that
When's the
mean?"
last time you were asked that, Tom?
This show is getting way too uncomfortable for me.
My
It was
lanyard's up here.
December 1992. There I was in my briefs.
The book's not called Captain Briefs. I'll just put it to you that way. I have zero interest in this game.
No, this is negative.
That's
Zero
negative.
for me.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
negative
yeah.
interest.
So
But
let's-
this one,
Okay, so you can't see it here, but we have a
Yes.
mosaic up behind us, and you see it in most of our shots of the Dice Tower Studios, which I need to make the big giant version of that because
Yes.
it's Katya has made like painstakingly, and we have her calendar somewhere in here.
Yes, yeah, does amazing work. You know,
Great stuff.
Yeah,
there's the
really
final girl
believable.
one. Sorry, got really excited. My fault. Mike was drinking.
Yeah, no,
Actually, I like the Gloomhaven one a lot, and I'm not.
Yes.
yeah.
That one just looks really. I think they all look cool. So she uses pieces. So this is Gloomhaven. Mm-hmm. Are they all in here, right?
You go. Yeah, there's January. Just go down.
January
I really
is
like the
Flamecraft.
Toku.
The Toku's
Camilla
good.
hates the
Toku is so
Flamecraft
pretty.
one, of course, but these are really amazing looking. These are so good they look computer generated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they're really good.
Yeah, but I know she does them because
Right.
she sent a video of her
Sure.
putting them together.
Yeah.
It's
No,
Do
these-
you like Final Girl the
Insane.
best?
No, actually, I think I might like the Frosthaven one the most.
It's really good.
It's
Yeah.
so good, right? It's just very cold looking. I think that
These
comes
are-
through. Either that
Oh, the
or the
stuff of
10 by
Legend
10.
makes me sad.
Really? Oh, I like the stuff of Legend.
No, it just makes me sad for that story.
I don't know the story, so I'm
Oh,
fine.
it's a great story.
Oh, yeah?
It's a graphic novel about. There's a game coming out about it.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
these
I know that.
toys going to save the soul of a kid who got dragged into the closet.
So what's sad?
You have to read the story to find out.
Oh.
Spoilers.
I like the spill probably. I love that.
Or the Toku.
That's also
I don't
sad.
know.
Well,
you're
yeah, but
cleaning it up.
that's pre-oil.
Yeah.
No,
Or maybe post
it's
after it's been-
mid-oiled. See, the oil's coming on the side there.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that is just a cave. That the
That's what I thought it was.
a cave.
I thought
It's
it was
not
a cave.
oil, it's a
Definitely
cave.
a cave. Yep.
Anyway, this
yeah.
is great. Highly recommend it.
yeah, it's fantastic.
Pretty.
All right.
Yeah,
Ziriwia, the board game. It's a reprint.
Oh, okay.
The first one, it was also fun at 24 hours because we need to know that information. I'm having a hard time with the graphic design of this one. And also the art.
I had a hard time with everything.
Yeah.
The video, the graphic design, the look of the game, the narration was rough in the video.
Yeah.
The whole thing just looks.
You know what this looks
I
like?
don't
It
know,
looks
I'm
like
just
that
not
game.
interested, you know?
This has a very similar look to that game that's been sitting on your shelf for, I don't know, 100 years.
Genaria?
No.
I don't have that.
The one from Board and Dice back in the day. You have all those expansions for it. We got it one time in that big giant
Oh,
case.
Adventuria.
Adventuria. It looks a lot like that, actually. The artwork and...
Yeah, Adventuria is a much cleaner, card-driven little game. Well, cleaner-esque. I mean, this is like a big game with a bunch of stuff going on. You know? But no, you're right. It just has that sort of, hey, look, it's a fantasy game from pretty decent artists with probably decent writing. Like, I'm sorry, I hate to say it like this, but this feels like no one working on this is the pinnacle of whatever it is they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tried really hard on this game. Like I tried I probably spent the most on this Kickstarter page
did?
than anything, just because everything felt so average, you know. And so I was like, there's got to
I
be
guess that's
something.
what I mean. That was a less
And-
mean way of
yeah.
saying what I meant to
Well,
say.
and then I saw this board here, and it kind of gave me that Destiny's vibe, and I was like, oh, does it? So I think I just spent a lot of time trying to be like, is
Yeah,
that
the
what it
player
is?
boards.
Like, what is it that's going to draw me in? And
See,
I
your
just
new classes. Hex Drinker.
hex.
Hex
Drinking
drinker?
those hexes. That's right.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Hex drinker. Okay. Can I be like? Can I multi-class hex drinker bard?
All right, Spirit Duels. This is a smaller looking game here, but we just said that last one looked a little bit generic.
Yeah.
This one has, I think, more of a fresh look to it. I like how it looks anyway.
Yeah, it looks very
Okay,
crisp.
duels.
Yeah.
Well, a
A
little.
little bit.
It's very no. This is well done. I mean, yes, it looks like Pokemon.
That card
but
design though looks very professional to me.
It
This whole
does.
thing kind of gave me a Venture Tactics feel.
Yeah.
Not gameplay, but the look, the card layout, like the colors.
Yeah,
really bright, well clean, well put together page and look. I like the dice going on. I don't know if the game's good. Obviously, we don't know about that about any of these. But this looks promising.
I still don't understand the non-collectible card game, because as I was looking through here, there's not multiple packs, so it's not like a living card game, right? Like what?
Oh,
like I'm still
well,
not...
okay, so if a game looks like a collectible card game, a lot of people will assume it's a collectible card game. So they need to say this is a
they're
non-collectible card
preempting,
game.
basically.
Right, because this looks
the
like a
questions?
collectible card
Right,
game.
right.
It doesn't
so
mean
that looks
anything.
like a CCG, so I would say, oh, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
you
I
need,
think
they
that's
say that just to preempt people being like, oh, Pokemon? No, it's a non-collectible card
Right,
game.
right, right.
Meaning it's a card game.
It's a
That's-
self-contained.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just-
you don't.
Man, I hope this is good
Doesn't
because I
mean anything.
really like the look
Yeah.
of it. This looks like a game my kids would enjoy.
Yeah, this looks like a
Yeah.
game I have no interest in playing, but I think it's a good look.
That is
game.
another positive point in its favor.
Huh, interesting.
All right.
Can I switch so I'm not?
You're with me forever. I should throw a paper airplane at it. It slowly just.
Oh, that would be weird to see it like go from one.
My
When you come
hand-
in, you're still not there. Wow!
That was weird. Okay.
You got
I'll
really
stop.
close there.
All right.
I have boundaries.
What if I go this way and the hand comes on over there? That'd be real crazy.
All right. Citrus, an immersive cyberpunk game with a very annoying thing you have to build every time you play it. Publishers, for the love of all that's holy, stop doing this. This just happened to me like in 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate this whole build something, but then it doesn't fit in a box and I got to
Box,
take it
right.
apart. It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
annoying. At least
yeah.
that pirate ship didn't have to be taken apart
Right,
for
it fits.
the.
It takes about
Well, it takes like
a
most of the
large
box.
portion of the box, right? But they did account for that.
Do you guys think that the 3D element of
conflicted.
these?
I'm conflicted on it.
Do you think the 3D element of these is worth it though? Many times, I almost
No.
rather there just be
No. Many times it's not. And
I think it's almost never worth it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. No.
It.
I mean, equivalent would be like
Yeah.
Everdell with the big tree.
Right.
Like
which
how often
which
do you use that?
I never build.
Okay. Trying to think of other
Is
ones.
it worth it? The
Or-
question is it worth it? Not if you do it or don't do it, right?
Yeah, yeah. There. I mean,
I
there-
don't think it's worth it. The
Yeah.
tree in Everdell could have been a board. In fact, it is a
is a
little
board,
board
yeah.
in one of the expansions.
Right.
Right.
And so on and so on. I just can't picture any game where you have a gigantic thing except Yggdrasil Chronicles, where you're like, oh, this could not have really been done another way and done
Right.
cleanly. That's the only one I can think of where you rotate the tree levels and you move up and down and
Right.
across. It's all this craziness. That's the only one I'm like, yeah, it's kind of worth it in that.
That being said, this looks kind of cool.
I really like this upgrading your individual characters' lines and that kind of stuff, and the
Yeah.
idea of, again, whether you're functionally going from one level to another, or I guess just say literally, in the game, the 3D nature, but still, are you going to stay in the dredges of the city and become like a controlling of the Underlord factions, or go out where it's safer, but maybe not as many points, and have a higher quality of life? So I really think mechanically this has some cool things going on.
It's giving me a little bit of Mind Clash vibes almost looking at this, Mike.
Little bit. I'm a little concerned that it's looking a little bit like kitchen sink. It's like, let's see what we can throw in here. Let's
I can see
throw
that.
these plastic pieces. Let's throw this big 3D construct. Let's do this. Let's do that. The theme is interesting. I think many of us here at the table like cyberpunk. The kind of saturated colors I think works for this.
That I like.
But I'm a
You
little
like
concerned
bright
there might
colors?
be too
Is that what
much.
you're
What?
saying?
I do.
Yeah.
No, it's either
Maybe.
form or function.
I'm cautiously optimistic is what I would
This is
say.
interesting. I like this new to
I'm not. I think
Kickstarter.
this looks like a whole lot
Whole butt.
of butt.
Whole butt a butt.
I was gonna say the word butt. I just said it early. A whole lot of butt. That's
like
what
the
I was
way
gonna
that
say.
looks.
Because I don't like. If you go back up, there's like a part that has hexes, and you put crap on hexes, and then a part that is squares, and there's some other crap that collects on squares.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
I'm sorry.
And so-
No, it's like a whole. Look at that. I hate everything about that image.
Oh,
Everything.
no, that looks great.
That reminds me of like Manhattan. Ooh, I hate
Oh,
that
just
game.
My
don't-
concern
I
is
don't
it's a
know.
first-time designer or
Yeah.
first-time
But
guy.
again, is it a lot of little parts that are
Whole
each
butt of butt.
But hey,
each
this could be the
underdeveloped,
next
you
Ryan
know?
Lockett here.
It could be. You never know.
Well, because he's a designer, the writer.
Oh, the one.
I like a
okay,
fan of
okay.
Cyberpunk. Well, that's
I thought you were comparing
Can
the
this
art.
cat play
I
music?
think this was the person who actually wrote he wrote a book too, like a cyberpunk book, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. Hey, look, I don't know. The game might be great. I'm just saying,
Right.
based on these pictures, I'm not loving it.
Yeah,
Put it
I'm-
in front of me. Maybe I'll dig it.
All right. IT startup office lockdown.
What was that you're saying? No, you were saying you didn't that there was nothing about that game that was appealing to you, but there's nothing about this game that's appealing to me.
You don't like IT?
Turn it off and turn it on. Have you done that? Have you turned it off and on yet?
This seems
look,
like such an inside joke.
so
You have to
niche.
refresh that.
So, yeah.
So niche, yeah. And if you're into IT, maybe this is for you. I'm not.
It lost me at the whole, and
I
then mess
hate
up
that.
other people.
I hate
You
that.
have to be. I feel like you have to be in IT almost.
Yeah.
To really be into this game, right?
Right.
It's
Right.
made
Yeah.
for. It's winking at you.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in IT, and then basically all the jokes are going to go over your head if you are not.
Right.
Or just about every joke. So
Right.
I look at it and I have to kind of give it the benefit of the doubt, assuming I just don't get it.
By the way, this is not a good quote. If
It's
playing
a-
more complicated games like Netrunner's not your thing, but you want to play something better than Uno. Are you kidding me? That's like saying it's between 1 and 10.
Yeah, it's like almost
Right.
every game is between Uno and Netrunner.
Right,
I mean, that's,
come on.
You're not
That's
really.
not helpful at all.
Yeah.
It says the word fun and nice. I mean, what do you want?
Yeah.
I'm not hating as much as you guys are.
I liked the IT Crowd. That was a great TV show. But this game, I have zero.
All right, moving on. Tin spin, dice spinning fun for 2 to 6 players.
I almost feel like I can't say anything about this.
Yeah.
I like dice.
Okay.
But you can spin the 10.
Okay, you know, we talked. So if you remember last week, there was a 16-year-old, and I was. You said the game. You were not thinking the game looked that great, but I was like, wow, really good job.
Yes,
And so I
yes.
went over and I was like, oh, 18 years old. Oh no, this guy's been designing and directing video games for 18
For 18
years.
years, yeah.
Then I'm a whole lot less
Okay.
impressed at this
Right.
point in time, because it looks like he found some fun dice,
Right.
threw them in a tin, and made up a game that some guys at night were drinking and like, let's spin dice and see what happens.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I mean, there's not a whole lot else
Also,
I'm going to say.
there's a terrible name for a game. Company Surprisingly Fun. I should be like, oh, this game looks terrible. Oh,
Not too bad.
fun.
Right.
Not trash games.
Right.
How about that?
This one though is clearly between Uno and Netrunner, so I think it's carved out a nice niche for itself.
I would say it's closer to Uno, though.
Yeah, I think much
Closer
closer.
to Uno games. Because you get sued
Surprisingly
for that.
not Uno games.
Grab your breakfast.
Okay.
This looks very cute. It's doing
Yes.
terribly, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, this
Surprising.
looks like every other game that does really well.
I
You
don't
know?
get it. It's got that sort of cute,
Yeah.
kawaii sort of artwork. Bright, it pops. It's a game that they talk about how it was designed to obviously include the kids as
Inviting
well. Get it?
themes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Matching game, sure. I mean, super basic. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna back it, but how is this not doing better?
I don't get
Right.
it.
I was definitely charmed by this one. I thought this one was really cute and well designed.
It's a nice looking
Or
page.
well, right, exactly.
Yeah, I
this
mean,
one
I don't get
really,
it.
What else
The
has
price
this
isn't over the-
company
over the-
made?
They're from Singapore,
Yeah,
it looks
right.
like. Okay, well, this is clearly the best
I
looking.
gotta say, their other 3 games look pretty terrible.
Yeah, but this one
Oh, this is
doesn't.
from surprisingly crap games.
That's terrible.
so hard.
You need to apologize.
You should.
I apologize.
He
I don't know.
mean
this,
it.
I mean, like you said, I have no
Actually,
interest in the
I
game,
might
but
buy this stupid frying pan sticker because that's a cool sticker.
if only it was a button, though, Tom.
No, stickers are better because
Actually,
they,
no. Seriously, even looking at their other games, which don't look as good as this, this might be the one that
I would
I don't
definitely.
know that I might like.
Yeah.
yeah,
mean,
I would
but
definitely play this.
I like that
think it's-
coaster
Yeah.
too.
It's very kiddie. It's definitely for children, right?
Yeah,
But I like the look of this one.
I do too. I think it's very.
All right.
I don't
bright
know.
and
It
vibrant
should
and
do
cheerful.
better. It should be doing better than
Back
this.
it now. Back this.
Is it the fact that there's a sausage on there? I mean, no,
But he's
people
a
eat
little
sausages
chef.
for breakfast.
No,
I mean,
back
he
it.
is.
No,
He's
it's too
Oh,
much.
chef,
pack it, not on
chef 4-hour
camera.
sausage, huh?
He grills his kin.
There you go. Maybe that's what it is.
All right.
Grill your kin games.
All-time wrestling, the wrestling card game. So me and Mike and who was the other
think it was-
person? It was Wendy, right? I don't remember who played this. I
Nobody
really
tell
don't.
him. Just nobody tell him. Let him work it out.
Oh, it was
have to wait to look at me as I'm slowly melting
Well, actually,
in
no,
shame.
I was like nervous as Camilla was going to hit me. That's what I was worried about. I forgot you were in the room.
It was me.
I was that afraid.
I apologize.
Okay, so these wrestlers are not associated with the bigger wrestlers. They're not associated with WWE or AEW.
Not
the wrestlers
currently.
in it.
I mean,
no,
they used to be.
That's why they're in this game.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got the license from these people. So
Right.
they has Andre the Giant and
Kurt Angle and Macho Man, and they also had who else did they have in here? Did they have someone else? I thought
were
they
There's
did.
one more.
Oh, was it the British Bulldog? I
the
think.
British Bulldog.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So we played this game, and
Mm-hmm.
we a couple months ago, well, no, like a year ago, we played that game that Brian Drake erroneously
Oh,
likes.
that terrible Royal Rumble game. It was
Right.
awful.
Yeah, and he likes that game, but it's bad.
Awful, Brian.
Yeah, Brian doesn't know what he's talking about.
Put it back in the hat with the rabbit. Terrible. He's a magician. He pulls rabbits out of the hat.
you.
Got it.
Thank
Got it.
you.
It just
Got
wasn't
it.
good.
Mike apologizes.
Anyhow, this one is way better than that one. And that okay,
yeah.
now that sounds like damning with faint praise. But I actually had fun playing this.
I did too.
If you like wrestling, I think you'll enjoy this. I don't know that I would say I think if you don't like wrestling or don't care about wrestling, I think I would say don't play it. Does that make
Okay.
I
sense?
don't. I mean, I
Okay.
don't like wrestling. I don't know anything about these
Yeah.
people. You guys were sort of, we were making we were having fun with it because
Sure.
I had no idea who these people are. And I thought the game was fine. But I agree,
Okay.
if you are then bringing to the table knowledge and passion for this stuff,
Yeah.
yes, I think you'll like it.
I really do. And I'm actually surprised it's not doing better. And I know
know.
part of that's because they didn't get all the big name wrestlers who
Sure.
are honestly too expensive to get in the game.
Right, right.
But man, it felt like you were doing an actual
It did.
wrestling match. It was really entertaining.
And,
All the classic moves, the
right.
shoulder slap, the
You should
boogie
stop.
boogie.
I really enjoyed this one.
did
Just
too.
for it was. This is one of the times where I do want the style over the substance. The
Yeah,
style
yeah.
worked in this game a lot.
It did. A good solo
If you
variant,
like
too.
wrestling, you'll enjoy this.
I think so too. I do. I think if you like wrestling, you'd be into it.
All right, Pocket Tactics Series 3, New Dominion. This is a.
So this is the new version of Dominion.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest looking
This
deck
is
building game
no.
I've
You
ever
print
seen.
these out yourself. You're not even buying
Right,
this.
it's the STLs, yeah.
Okay.
Man, I wanted. So this is like you guys been talking lately about these roll and writes that you can print out yourself. This is the same thing.
They've been
Oh,
doing
sure,
this for
sure.
a while.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
They've been doing this for a long time
have.
now.
Right.
Uh,
And I mean, with shipping though, and the cost of miniatures, I would maybe see this becoming
would
more
take
and
forever
more
to print
because
out.
it would. But I mean, you can even hire a printer, someone local, to do it
Yeah.
for you. You know,
Oh,
again,
jeez.
saving on that shipping cost and things like that. This idea, I don't think is terrible. Selling STLs.
I like these little miniatures actually. Look at that fat demon.
What is he doing? What?
Look at that
What is
fat
that?
demon.
He's saying,
Going like
"Come
this.
get some."
yeah! He's
yeah.
going. He's saying, "My horns are here." I don't know what he's doing. I am not a fan of this whole
Is that guy's
print out
brain
your
on
own
his shoulder?
minis thing. But I'm also not a big
Oh,
miniatures
it's a parasite
person.
mind.
so-
Right.
Okay.
That guy has a microwave as a head.
Oh, it's an
Toaster?
old timey radio, I think.
That's a radio, I believe.
Oh,
Yes.
It's not a toaster.
Yeah.
That's Groot's.
toaster face.
That's Groot's cousin who's not as cool.
You know what it is? I think for me that if you buy a roll and write and you print it out, the variability in quality is very small.
Yeah.
You might have a garbage printer, and
Based
it
on your
still basically
printer,
looks
okay.
like the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you buy these and you print them out, the variability in quality goes from stunning looking, professional looking miniatures to hot, nasty melted plastic.
But at the same time, you have control over that. Based on what kind of 3D printer you have or who you hire it for, that kind of stuff. Kind of like, do you print it on your black
you
and
not
white
know more
economy
about 3D
printer,
printers.
or do you, send the file to Staples to have it printed? That's a huge variance in quality as well.
Yeah.
So again, you have control over that. Whereas if you're buying the miniature, you're gonna have ridiculous shipping prices, and it's whatever quality they chose to get. Because there's some games out there that have
Drop the mic.
terrible
You got
miniatures.
What were you saying?
You can drop the mic now.
You got.
Okay.
I need a third camera, Tom, right here, so I
Well,
can
you
look
actually
at
do
it.
mess with 3D printing.
I do,
right?
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, you've got that background.
3D printer.
Give it to yourself next time.
Fix our 3D printer. All right. Riven's, is it Riven or Riven?
Rivenstone, I would say.
Rivenstone, brand new tabletop miniature skirmish game. We realized going into this one that this is a little bit out of, well, pretty much everyone's wheelhouse, I think,
Yeah.
because this is a measure and move
They're
style game.
pre-made. You don't
Roy
get to
plays
print
something
these
like
out.
this.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of garbage
no,
is
No, you
this?
can't flip the tape. No.
Roy, you
I'm
play
doing
these kind of
it.
games
Don't.
sometimes, right?
Roy, do you like this game?
No.
Roy
Okay.
says
Oh,
yes.
Roy says it's between Uno.
This
and
is
no.
kind of weird that you have to
Right.
click to go out. I really dislike this.
And it's like
Yeah.
a 12-step, thing
Go to
here,
gameplay
too.
overviews. I
Ooh.
go here. Why couldn't some of this stuff could have been put into
Well, I
the
didn't realize you
Kickstarter?
could click those.
Yeah.
I thought they were just missing segments. I
Yeah. The
was like,
button-
oh, they haven't finished padding this out.
Those are all
That's how
stretch
many this
goals.
is. Oh my gosh.
I thought that they were waiting to fill them in. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
I don't
well.
like that at all, especially if they click out, go back in, click
Yeah,
out.
no, that's not a great UI thing there.
Those are cool.
That's good looking art.
Yeah,
though.
no,
Yes.
absolutely. But
And the
yeah,
painted miniatures that come in this, they are fantastic.
Yeah, those are
they
pretty
look
slick
so
looking.
good, but I think it sells you on that. And then you
Oof.
get down to the bottom and you're like, oh, I'm not that good of a painter.
But
Mine
they're
will
selling
never
a
look this
system,
good.
right? This is just a system with minis. Yes.
Right. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a miniature.
Are the miniatures assembled?
I believe so, yes. From
Oh.
what I could tell down when you get to the pledge level, it shows actual.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay, so they
don't
are.
look like they're
don't look like
sprues.
sprued, yeah.
Right. Sprued. They don't look sprued.
Are you making fun of Mike right now?
No. But also, yes.
You should look in there and apologize.
I'm feeling pretty screwed
I
right about now.
apologize.
There's a lot of apologies.
I got screwed on this deal.
All right. Very, very popular Kickstarter here. I mean, because it's 500,000, but it's also 13,000 backers. Tiny Epic Vikings, which they are definitely encouraging people to say is Blood Rage, the small Blood Rage. Definitely, that has been said by pretty much anyone who's played it or talked about it. I've heard it many times.
Okay.
I'm conflicted on that. This might be, I don't know. As of right now, this is the first one of these I have not backed in a long time.
Really?
Oh.
And I
That's because you don't like Blood Rage, though.
no, you kidding me? It's in my top. It's definitely the top half of my top 100. I love
Spoiler
Blood Rage.
alert.
That means top 50.
I did not like
You're welcome.
Tiny Epic Pirates. Did not like it.
Okay.
Dungeons, I had some issues with. So now this is the last two.
And Mex was before that, right?
Mex is the one. Yeah, Mex was just out and out. I did not like that. I'm wondering. I don't know. For me, are these starting to lose some of the luster? I don't know. I mean,
Not for most of the people playing them, obviously.
I know. But I mean, I have no issue with the idea of like a condensed down Blood Rage vibe. I'm fine with that. But I'm feeling a little burned off the last couple, so I don't know. We'll
This
see.
is the one I'm most interested in a while, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to look into it more, but I'll just say this. In the past, I've just backed them without even looking into them.
Right.
This one, I'm going to do a little bit more research.
I'll tell you what,
Okay.
this is going to come in, I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to take Blood Rage and throw it in the trash.
Wow. I don't really have any interest in any of these games. I've played a couple. I like them okay. Even the very best one I've played from the ones I have played, and then in fact the one that most people seem to agree is the best one, Galaxies, is fine. I like it okay.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't get the extra appeal being added by it being small. I just do not see
Like to be
that
really
being
clear,
appeal.
I didn't say that.
No,
That was Z Garcia.
I just, if I like the game, Game X, that's great. You then take Game X and you make it smaller. I don't suddenly like it +2.
Yeah.
I just don't get that correlation.
Right.
I
Well,
like
it's the whole that you can carry it around. I guess
see
that.
Where am I
That's
going?
my
I'm not
thing.
going anywhere.
Okay, but some people do get out. Like,
Well,
I mean,
then
like,
go back in. All right.
People have friends,
some
Z,
people.
is what I'm hearing.
No, like, I mean,
Disgusting. Go
again-
back to that solo game. Maki.
no, because I mean, I would take, some of these when I would travel, and play in
Are
the
you
hotel
talking
room,
to
that kind
yourself,
of
but in
stuff,
front of us, Roy?
Roy's bringing up a good point.
But-
So the cost is a big plus to these two because
yeah.
they're generally
Yeah.
very.
That's true. We aren't
very-
complaining games are like 250
Yeah.
bucks.
Right.
Right. I mean,
It's
these are
$25.
and
you know.
they pack a
Wait,
lot.
That's
into
you,
to be
baby.
clear,
They do. I
to be
mean-
clear, only 86 people are backing in for $25.
Yeah, no one's doing that because it's so inexpensive to get all in. Basically, you know what I mean? They really
And
do.
most people are paying the $40.
Yeah, and I will say, generally speaking, their component quality is excellent. Generally speaking, their rules are pretty good. Although I have some issues with dungeons, but yeah, I mean they do a lot of things well.
It's clearly an extremely successful line of games.
Yes,
Do
yes.
not get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just not into it. That's all.
I'm also worried that basically it's one a year. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are these coming from inspiration, or are they coming because this is a very popular product line and we've got to do one every year? I don't know.
Right.
That's just a question. I mean, Scott Almes designs a lot of games. And so, I mean, he clearly is able to be prolific. But
Yeah. He's got
It's also
some good
interesting.
stuff.
I think this is the first one with a board in it as
It
well,
is, yeah.
right? And so they're
with a fold-out board, yeah.
right.
I mean,
but
Tactics
they're still
have the,
and zombies had the cards, which you
Yeah,
make
yeah.
a board, that kind of stuff. But it has a physical board.
yeah.
I'm the only person who's interested in it. This is
No,
weird. This is
I-
weird for me to turn around here.
This is one I would definitely want to play.
Yes.
I don't think I've not had any Tiny Epic that I love. I've had one that I kept for a couple that I've kept for a while and
Yeah.
then flip them. Like I said, I use them for travel. Back when I traveled a lot and that stuff. But so I would definitely be interested in playing this. But it's not one that
Yeah.
I.
I'm
The
just
one
saying
thing I
this
find-
isn't an Instaback.
The
That's
one
all
thing
I'm
I find
saying.
interesting about these games is I never see them played at our conventions. That's very weird to me. I thought they would be.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
maybe it's because
Yeah.
people can play them other places.
Well, and they can also pick them up, like you said. It's
For cheap,
a 25.
yeah.
If
Right.
they're going to come, maybe they're going to play a deluxe upgraded version that
Sure.
they can't get. You have some unique games that they would play
Yeah.
over this.
Yep.
That's
All
all I
right.
meant.
Through Ice and Snow. This is from Two Tomatoes. They make they make stuff all over the place. Honestly,
they
their
are.
things. I really like that cover. I don't know why.
really
That cover just
like
makes
the
me
look of it.
think of a snowstorm. I don't know. It's very evocative, that cover to me.
So this game is giving me very strong Expedition Northwest Passage vibes.
I knew you were going to bring up that garbage
well,
game.
why-
Looks just like it.
It looks
it looks
very
like
much
that
like
Card
it.
Ventura cover too.
Yeah.
Those little games that just came out.
Yeah.
I actually like the expansion box better than the base
Yes.
game.
Yeah, well, and it's
so
neat that you
pretty.
put them
The
together and
two.
they create a panorama there.
Don't care about that. No one ever actually does that.
I do.
Do you really? At home,
do.
like you have your games next to it for panoramas?
If they fit together and look like that, yes.
I sometimes do it even if they don't fit together.
I appreciate you
Anyway,
having my back, but no. That's not.
you don't want to see in your team sometimes.
You put them together.
It doesn't actually look like it plays the same way.
It does not, but
At all.
it's very evocative of that, and that is a game that I like. Expedition Northwest Passage. I'm pretty excited about this.
This is one of the
pretty
better
like
looking
this
games
one.
this week, I have to say. I think it's got a neat setting. It looks good. The page looks well put together.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm gonna like the game, but I'm much more willing to try this than most of the other games we're looking at this week. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, this looks great.
All right, let's see what else that they've done.
Okay, here we go.
They did
Oh,
the
here we
oil
go.
game, Peak Oil.
Peak Oil, very popular game actually.
Yeah,
This one is not out yet. I think the main
I don't
voyage
believe
is.
so. Yeah.
That one was canceled. New.
Corp Order. I think
haven't
that's
played
also
that one
kind of like
either.
an offshoot
All right.
of that. So
Lord of the Pigs.
it's mostly Peak Oil that I'm familiar with. That's the only one of theirs that I've played.
They have some games I think that are not on Kickstarter too.
How is that peak
I
oil
believe
game
so.
like?
They used to
It was
do
okay.
just.
It wasn't. It was.
They used to
okay.
just publish, and then they went to Kickstarter.
Oh, Mike, here you go. Solo scenarios.
No, I know. Yeah, no, I'm very, very interested in this one. I
Ooh, I want those.
basically
postcards.
everything about this is appealing to
Right,
me.
it
The
has
look,
some neat-
the theme, the
some neat Euro
the
mechanisms in it.
mechanisms,
Right.
it looks like the playtime is right where I like it to be. I'm pretty excited about
Right.
this.
All right. All right. Okay, we're done with games. I forgot. Here we go.
Okay.
Really?
So we'll come back to games in a second. Yeah. Why, is there one you were waiting for that we didn't
no,
do?
I just.
There wasn't as many games this week. We'll have some more next
we
week.
yeah.
Brian Brain's Trick or Treat Brain Bucket. This is all me. I thought
This
this
is
was funny.
awesome. this is great. This is nothing to joke about. I think this is just a really cool.
Until you pay $30 for it.
Yeah, but this is, I mean,
No, I would pay $30 for this.
I would if it's a good quality one that you could also like use as a decoration. I mean, you can. I mean, I think this
For
is
a plastic
fun.
bucket.
Yes, but this
I'm
is
a little
cool
concerned. The
looking
estimated
plastic bucket.
delivery is September 2022. You can't miss with this one.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Otherwise, it's next year.
It's gonna be Halloween again next year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but my kid might stop going by that point.
You force
So
them
you're
to
going to
go.
pay $30 for a plastic bucket that you
Yes.
might get for this 1 year,
Yes.
which is the only year you'll ever use it.
Yes.
That was a joke. My son's not going to stop this year. But I actually like this. I would put I could see this like
How many
hanging
of
up
these
a
would you
wall as a
get?
decoration.
You do have 7
I
kids.
go for the
One for
baker's
each.
dozen.
No,
you got
my
to go for the
kids-
baker's dozen. 13 of them.
13.
100%.
I thought this was cute.
I think it's cute. I was like, hey,
it's
I like
better than a
this.
pumpkin.
Yeah.
I'm tired of those pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
The only
Don't
thing I
have,
don't
like-
like about these is this particular size thing and then carrying it, putting candy in and out of it. Am I the only person who's ever scraped their hands getting candy out of these things on those
Yes,
edges at the
you
top?
are the only one.
I don't know. I always
Also,
just-
I never let candy get into my bucket. It's always into my mouth. Trick or treat, put it right in my mouth.
In the wrapper?
So you don't need the bucket.
No.
He is the bucket.
You're holding a handle.
is
That's
the
a-
bucket.
It's
Mike-
just a representation
Right.
of the. It's
Oh,
a
my
celebration of
word.
the evening.
That's correct.
But it's really just more like
It has no
ah.
functional purpose. My mouth
Right.
will take
All right,
care of
I
it.
was really excited about it until I saw that price.
Would you like
$30.
Gut Lovin' Drinks by Hip Hop?
hip hop.
So this is basically like kombucha, right?
Kombucha,
is
yeah.
kombucha.
Different,
Yeah,
different
yeah.
flavors kombucha. Apple
I don't even know what that
cider
means.
You've never
vinegar.
had kombucha before, Tom? Come on. Have you had keto kombucha? Have you had
Nothing you're saying-
free-range kombucha?
Vegan. This is
Nothing
vegan.
you're saying makes
Vegan
sense to me.
kombucha.
Come on now.
No, I really don't
It's
know.
a,
what
it's a
you're
hip
talking about.
beverage.
So-
It's like, go ahead.
No, it's like a fermented tea, and
Yeah.
I did think the backstory of this guy, it was cool. I mean, they kind of make fun of him, and not fun of it, but fun of the story, I guess, in the video here, that everyone in the world knows that he has IBS because they've told this story so many times.
There's nothing funny about
But
that,
it's
by
not,
the way.
no.
But yeah, yeah.
But so the other partner, the other half of this team, lived in America, came across kombucha tea, loved it, went back, took it to him, and it's really helped because it is good internal bacteria, you know,
Yeah.
for your gut and stuff, and so it really helped his IBS. So this is new flavors. I think the only problem is they're going apple cider vinegar kombucha,
Yeah.
which is I've never ever thought, I could go for some apple cider
But
vinegar
you know what
right
this
now.
needs? A little more
I like
vinegar.
apple
Little
cider,
more
cider
apple-
vinegar.
I do too, in cooking.
On stuff.
Yeah,
cooking
yeah.
with it.
Cooking,
Right.
yeah.
I like to give it to fruit flies.
That's
so
also
they
good.
die.
So they
So
die,
they
yeah.
die. Yes.
I just don't. I mean,
It's
ugh.
great on fries, by the way.
Flies, yeah,
Oh,
fruit
gosh.
flies.
Apple cider vinegar soda
Ginger turmeric, man, that's a whole lot of stuff going on there. That
Put
being
some
said,
Happy Mouth in that. I'll drink.
there you go.
That's a deep.
I do like the.
No one's gonna understand.
I do like the graphic design. It kind of has a
Yeah.
pop art vibe to it. I
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
no,
like
they
that.
look
Yeah.
good.
I'm not interested in, I'm not a big kombucha fan.
I don't like
you know,
it.
I mean, I know it has
Not my
health
thing.
benefits. It's good for, those good probiotics and such, but
I'll take a pill instead.
All right, this one is
I'll eat
fascinating
yogurt
to me.
instead.
That too.
Oh.
Now, auto cover. I got to show the video for this
All
one
right.
because
Protect your
you need to
precious
see
cards.
how it
Jeez.
works.
Okay, here we go.
So I don't cover my cards because I find it
So
to
first
be.
of all, you're rolling up in your bed.
your
Yeah,
Bands.
you have to park. You have to combat park.
I
too.
find that putting a cover on your cars it's such a pain in the
So
neck. But maybe if I had
pretentious.
this, which
Look how-
takes
Maybe
the
if
size
they
of a
give you-
tire.
Look how
comes, here
compact
comes.
that is.
Here we go. Plow.
I like how the guy has a remote control. You just can't press a button on
Right,
the thing
right.
itself.
That is not of this world.
So this works as long as there's zero wind, nothing around you, a full sunny day.
Yeah, but he has to tie
No
it down
rain.
anyway, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
completely automatic.
No, right.
Also, this is going to break after 3 tries.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's gonna
Also-
get wadded up in there and explode
Yeah.
your roof off.
No, well, that's the one here. This.
Here we go.
I
Can you
think they
imagine what
showed
that
it coming
sounds
out
like?
and they're
Oh.
reversing the footage.
I think, yeah, you may be right there.
Oh.
Because if
I
there's
think it's
anything
the
I know about
other-
stuff where it gets sucked in,
I think
eventually
it's
it's
the
going to get.
other way. I think they're showing it being retracted
Okay.
and
that's how it's
reversing the
coming out, yeah.
footage. The way
Yeah.
it's spitting it out
Yeah.
does not make
Perfect, no.
sense to me with things like gravity and Earth. Okay, I just don't get it. Show me the footage of it coming out again at the beginning.
All right, they did it twice, actually. They're showing you now in a not as cool
Also,
of a car.
I'm 100% leaving this on the roof of my car while I'm driving.
Oh, you're forgetting 100%. Yeah. and then- Look, this snaky stuff.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah.
basically,
It's weird.
Too
It's like
perfect.
it's sort of like crawling across the car.
yeah. So basically, now you're turning your car into a Jiffy Pop.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
I don't see how this is any easier than just throwing a cover over your car.
No. Or just letting it bake in the sun like God intended.
Put some corn.
Don't look at our
corn
cars
in
down here.
there.
They're all beat up.
I
this
just-
morning.
Kernels in it. You're
Dude,
good.
like just that,
Also-
like spinning around on your paint. What does that sound like? That just it makes my.
And they're also saying
teeth
like
hurt.
it's protecting your car from bird poop. You don't think birds are going to poop all over this thing?
Yeah.
Right,
And then when you
Right,
retract
that's
it,
good.
it's just like a whole
Wash
flying
my car.
cascade
terrible.
of bird poop all over the
Yeah.
inside of
Oh.
this.
Maybe the
You're
inside
flinging it
of
into
that-
a 4-car radius around
they
you is what
mention
you're doing.
Maybe
washing
the
it?
inside of that thing is self-cleaning, though. You know.
I doubt it.
Let's find out.
I'm willing to stake a fair amount of money that there is no
Did
cleaning
they
to it.
mention? Yeah, they say goodbye to dirt, but
Yeah, yeah.
how do you clean it?
No, it's not happening.
No.
You don't ever
Nah.
need to. It's
Probably
self-cleaning.
single use.
This will stop cars.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not touching that car. That's too weird.
Yeah, yeah.
These people bought what and put it on their car? And no, they got nothing in there I need.
That's correct.
Also, it takes up too much room.
It is big.
It's a giant space in your trunk.
Right.
Yes. If it was something that stayed on the car, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Maybe. But this is weird.
All right, one last
Also
thing
not
here.
sure it works.
Angry Wood, turn me off.
What?
I don't understand
I don't get
this.
right. What am I missing? Somebody
What
help me.
is this just a little tchotchke?
Have you guys heard
Is
of
it a-
Funko Pops?
Yeah.
This is like a Funko Pop without any of the branding or any of the collectability or it's like a thing before celebrating something before that thing exists.
That guy needs some kombucha.
You know what I mean?
I'll
It's
tell
Super
you this.
constipated.
If
Super
I was at a
constipated.
garage sale and I saw this there and they were selling it for a couple bucks, I'd be like, that's hilarious. I'll buy it. I would.
I wouldn't take it if someone was giving me $2.
Right.
I'm like, what?
I don't
I just don't
understand.
get it. It
doesn't-
seems like again, it's like if you see a figure of the Kool-Aid guy,
Right,
and you're
right.
like, ha ha, the Kool-Aid
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, it's like, who's
This is a
nostalgic for light switches?
This is a thing for a miniature, a figure, or whatever, a collectible for something that doesn't exist.
Right.
You put the cart before the horse here. I'm confused.
I don't get it.
I'm
It's
just
it's like
upset
a
that
joke
if
that
you-
you don't get. It's like,
there's
oh,
no
I can tell
actual
I'm missing
switch.
something here,
Yeah, no.
but I don't know what it is.
It's like, I feel like this is a reference to something that
That doesn't
that
exist.
doesn't exist.
yet.
Right.
Right.
I think
But it's
he
not.
said it's supposed to be about like, hey, put down the phone or whatever and turn off, your connectivity, connect
he have
with
one
the natural
Oh, that's
world.
a cell phone?
Wait, how does he have
backer
one
and no
backer
money.
but no money?
Oh.
How's that possible?
You can back in spirit.
Thoughts and prayers. All right, if you find funny or cool things for us to look at that aren't board games, send them to me at tom@dicetower.com. I love getting that stuff. All right, it's time for picks of the week, though. Z, what do you got?
I think the most interesting one I looked at this week is the solo game, Maquis.
No, resist.
Oh, Resist. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the one. What was Maquis? That was an old previous week.
It is. No, that's a previous solo game, but they do mention the McKee in here.
Oh, that
one of
must
the-
be why. That
Yeah,
stuck in
yeah.
my head. Resist, I think, is the best looking one this week for me.
I'm very glad you picked that.
Because
it's-
Mike was torn between this and another one.
That's correct.
Yeah, you
and
can
I'm gonna
go
pick
with
the other
one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like this one. I love the look. I watched this video and I thought there's something nostalgic about
Mm-hmm.
this,
Right.
even though I really shouldn't necessarily have a connection to this style.
Yeah.
I think it's going to work on a lot of people.
Yeah.
That nostalgia, that look, that, like you said, pulp art style.
Yeah.
It's a war theme, but I like that it's not the same war that is
Right,
always
right.
featured, or one of three, And then solo, card driven. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about the pedigree when I already figured this was going to be my pick.
Right. But it is an amazing
And then you throw
pedigree.
that in there, and it's like, oh, and it has a chance to be a great game also. Fine, sold.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a good
It's
one.
my second choice for sure. And there's my first choice.
And that one's mine as well.
Yeah.
Oh, both of you.
I went back and forth between the two, but ultimately,
Get Z's mug
this
off of
one,
there.
the mechanism of
that-
this one really.
This is not
Sold
Z's
me.
pick of the week.
Nah.
Roy, this is Mike's pick of the week.
And Camilla's, yeah.
Animals.
Oh, you don't need to put Mike then.
What?
Okay, my call.
Yeah. I'm I'm stoked about this.
Yes. Yeah.
This looks really good.
It looks good. It looks.
Yeah.
That wasn't me talking. That was
Right
the
again.
screen here.
It's a theme. I like the cold nature of this. It's just kind of the history that it brings out. So
Have you
it's a
ever
big
read The
theme.
Terror? Oh, it's so good.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
That might be a good book. You've been
Yeah.
looking to read horror. Or
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good. It's really, really good.
This is what
Yeah,
they
it's
made.
not
We talked
really,
about it.
'cause
They
it's
made a
not-
TV show of it,
They
right?
made a
okay.
TV show of The Terror, which was good, not as nearly as good as the book.
I started
but
watching that and then
It's-
fell off of it
it's a little
pretty
slow.
quickly. Was it slow? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Book is not slow. The book is very good, but
Yeah.
yeah, this
I'll look that
looks
up.
great.
I mean, I think the book is slower than the TV show, Mike. How fast can you read?
I'm no Tom Vassell, but I can read.
Here we
No.
go. Here we go. Here he
Okay.
comes.
There you go.
All right.
Speed reader.
There's a lot of interesting projects this week that I liked. I almost picked that Cyberpunk one because it looks really cool. But no, I'm going to go with the calendar.
Ah, okay.
I really like Katya's stuff. I think this is a great calendar. I kind of bypass most calendars nowadays. I'm getting a little, there's so many calendars. This one feels different, and it's one that people who, you don't have to be a board gamer to appreciate it.
Sure, this is going to be aesthetically beautiful regardless.
Yeah, and I kind of like that because as much as I like board game stuff, sometimes there's like a pile of cards and tokens. Someone, they come to my house, they're like, man, whatever. But this looks cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I've already backed one of these in previous years, so I know that they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you've seen, I think you backed one previously before too. I don't remember, but yeah, I got one, and it's stunning to look at, but very well produced also. Yeah, this is an easy, low risk kind of
Yeah.
back.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you want one of these, like you're looking for a calendar, you want to put it in your game room or something. Yeah, this is very easy.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is it for crowd surfing, and shockingly, that is it for the Dice Tower Live stuff today. There was a lot.
It's been a whirlwind.
Boom, boom.
You've been on all day.
I have.
So we'll be back tomorrow. What's the first thing tomorrow? Is tomorrow the top 10 the first thing?
Breakfast.
No, board game breakfast.
Oh, Board Game Breakfast. Yeah, Board Game Breakfast. So we'll have some news. We got the game show, contributors, and then at noon, the top 10 games of all time, according to some. All right. Well, we need to get some mic, something.
Kombucha.
Let's get some kombucha. I don't want to be looking like the wood guy with the switch in his back. Super constipated.
I'm going to buy you that as a surprise gift.
Oh, gosh.
I'll take
Anyway.
the coal instead, thank you.
Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Mike DeLisio.
Have fun drinking whatever. What's it called again?
Kombucha.
Kombucha. Apple cider vinegar. Kombucha.